Hello, visionaries. Welcome back. I am Leonidas. This is Nucleares, and today we are going over patch notes. It's patch day. Well, more like bug fixing day. So let's go through these. This is Nucleares 2.0, patch 187. This should be fairly short. There's a lot here, a lot of notes. Some of them we're going to go through quickly, and I'm going to explain why kind of at the end. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number one, fix low power bug in circulation pumps. I think that might have something to do with the power board or the internal power generator board. You know, the one where you do the you control the gen sets and stuff. It going red sometimes, but I'm not sure. Next, fix a bug in the maintenance report where the fuel reserve tank status was not displayed correctly. Okay, pretty straightforward. Fix the purchase limit for control rods and fuel blocks so that it is not possible to purchase more than the available storage slots. 2. So this is the second time it's been fixed. What happened was right now I think we have 49 slots, right? The new storage area is limited. It's much smaller than it used to be. Well, you were still able to purchase, say, 64 rods. Well, of those extra 15 that you purchased, right, over the 49 limit, they just would disappear. Or they would show up in the core, like stacked on top of each other. It wasn't working. So the developer needed more time to figure that out. So he actually reverted it. He unfixed it, and now he's, it sounds like, gotten a better fix. So he's refixed it again. Please note, even though it doesn't say this, but from what people have experienced, it will leave 16 empty slots. So if you go over and you look in there and you count 16 empty slots, you're maxed out. The reason for that is to compensate for the assumption that you might need to remove some and need a place to put them. So with an empty plant, nothing installed, I don't think it'll let you purchase 49. It'll only let you purchase 33. And it leaves those 16 open. So just keep that in mind, which is kind of a weird number, I guess, but it is what it is. Fix the sound offset when closing lever type valves. Okay, sound fix. Fix the bug in the fuse box where flipping the switch would cause the player to receive an electric shock even if the fuse was blown. Yeah, a few people got that where it would electrocute you when it shouldn't. Fix the translation for the service area. That was something in the chemical room, the filling area, that wing on the third floor. I believe one of those, when you right clicked, still had the code name in there as opposed to like a proper label, so it fixes that. Now this next bunch are all internal errors, and from what I understand, these were not necessarily reported by players. We have the option to enable the bug catcher, the auto bug generator. What's that thing called? Debugger tool, where it will watch us play the game, and when it notices things, it sends it to the developer behind the scenes. He gets those reports, hundreds of them, literally, and that's what all these things are. So these are things that we didn't even know were going on. We may not have experienced, but he is ironing out, which will hopefully iron things out going forward. So this is an important thing. Make sure that you have the bugging stuff, I'll show it here in a second, activated, because it helps out. So I'm not going to read through all these. You can do it. But all of these are, in fact, some of them I didn't understand, except for this one. An internal error when processing boron and xenon statistics at the time of fission. I believe our boron and xenon calculations have been changed. I think that's what this one is saying here. And another Discord member, another player, and I have been talking about this a lot, and a few others have joined in about how there's this inevitable xenon pit that we seem to get to no matter what we did. And it seems that since this update, that may have been fixed. So this one I'm excited about. But all this other stuff I don't think we really noticed. So you can read those. We're going to skip down here. Added doors to external structures of the freight pumps. What this means is when you go outside, you take the train down to the reservoirs. That's kind of over by the bridge. There was that little building. Someone suggested, how about you put a door here? And, well, now we have a door there. Warning message explaining the limits and conditions for purchasing fuel blocks and control rods. Okay, so I haven't seen what that looks like, but that's a good thing. Purge valve for the fuel reserve tank. So The reason why this is important is because if you accidentally pumped, say, boric acid, into your fuel tank instead of your boric acid tank, then you had no way to get rid of it. It was just stuck in there. The contamination was just do its thing. So now we have a way to at least purge it out rather than blow up our generators faster than we normally would. Added a tank for disposing of contaminated fuel. I can't remember the discussion on this one. Something about how fuel got contaminated and needed a tank for it. I can't remember if that was damaged fuel. Oh, if you contaminated that's what it was. If you contaminated the core, and the fuel became contaminated, I think there was a way to dispose of it. I can't exactly remember, I'll be honest. Oh no, or maybe that means the fuel. Does that mean the fuel, like the diesel, petrol? Anyway, I guess we'll find out later. Decontamination task. And they also can clean contaminated tanks. It's really expensive. It's over 100,000 prestige points, and it takes 12 hours per tank. This seems a little extreme and possibly bugged, because people who run it are noticing that they'll pay the money. AO gets like to the end and then never finishes, or it finishes and it's actually not done. So keep that in mind. New genset room to the list of areas that AO can analyze. Very cool. Modified fuel canister storage, so they're stored by default in the new genset room. So when you buy a fuel can, rather than ending up in the storage room on the second floor, now they end up on the shelves in the new genset building. So that's cool. Reduce the intensity of dirt on the control room window. So that window that overlooks from the control room out to the reactor. I guess some people thought it was a little intense, and it's been cleaned up. Anyway, and then a bunch of stuff with the web server. I haven't actually played with the web server, so hopefully if you guys do, this is good for you. You can't see it, but I'm giving 2 thumbs up. So anyway, there you go. There's your patch notes from 187. And yeah, look for more stuff coming soon. I have some video ideas. I have a really neat thing for you all that I hope to launch this week. Stay tuned. Get excited. Max hype. There'll be a video coming out about it whenever I can get it put together. Get some time away from work. But for now, I am Leonidas. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you again soon.